Okay, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. Here's an update. This hasn't changed much since the last update. I've picked rhubarb, and the only thing that's different is right there I have a little grapevine that's sprouted, but I also have sprouts from another plant that I don't want in there, so I've got to get those out of there. But the beans are doing good. They're all flowering. I've actually picked a couple of green beans in the other gardens. And tomatoes. Nice. Anyways, rhubarb. Okay, so I'll show you what I did here. I cut the sage way back and cut that last weekend. I cut the chives all the way down to nothing, and look at them already. So that's the way to handle your chives. Just keep cutting them. They like it. It's like grass, and it's delicious. I love chives. Those green beans are doing good. Okay. Cabbage really hasn't got much bigger, but we've got some big ones. Kale, strawberries, and I've got strawberries now that are putting fruit on and flowers, and I think my favorite out of all of these, just because of how hardy and big the plant is, I really like the Laramie, it's called. So rhubarb, I've picked probably 12, 14 cups maybe, 2 big bags like that this last time, and it's already back and ready to cut again. Okay. And okay, maybe one of you can help me, or some of you. This plant was a UNR plant, so it was from our university, and I don't know what kind it is. It's huge. It's almost as tall as I am. If I stood it upright, it would be taller than me. And it's been flowering for it seems like a couple of months. It was the first one to flower, and it looks like there's tomatoes set on here, but they haven't gotten any. They don't show up any bigger in the flower. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like the plant is thriving, but no fruit, but yet the blossoms aren't falling off. So if anybody knows why, let me know. And I'll have a couple other questions too. Why these leaves wrinkle up like this. And it's got a couple of tomatoes. In fact, one's getting ripe in there. But I don't know. Here's a pepper. Nice big Anaheim, I think. Cucumbers. And we've got corn and cherry tomato, sweet 100, and these tomato plants in the straw bales are doing okay. They're actually doing better than the ones that were out in the other garden. So I'm going to take you out there and show you what I did, because they were not doing good at all. I've got baby bell peppers. I think there's 4 of them on that plant. I've got the Fresno chilies. These tomato plants are thriving. Just absolutely, the garden is as good as it's ever been. There's tomato plants on that bale, basil that's thriving in the center there, and green beans that have gone up and over to another post, and zucchini. I mean, these 2 squash plants are huge, zucchini and yellow squash. And I've got zucchini. This is the Romanesca. It's my favorite kind. It's delicious. It's kind of ribbed, if you will, and it just really, you can let it get pretty big. We're going to have it tonight for dinner. And 2, I forgot to show you last time, I have a little volunteer tomato plant there, and weirdly enough, 2 of them here in the straw bale. And I don't know how that happened, other than some of the compost that came out of the chicken's yard, maybe? I don't know. Okay, tomatoes. Corn's as tall as I am almost. These tomato plants along here that are pretty close to as tall as I am, they are different varieties, but they're from Burpee. I ordered live plants, and they've really done well. They showed up looking kind of puny, but they've done well. And I've moved green beans along the fences. So, okay, it's like a jungle in here. Check it out. And I have carrots coming up down at the bottom, which is nice. It's been pretty easy to keep the weeds down. It's not weed free by any means because we've had a lot of rain, but I get out here every morning to try to get it done. So let's go out to the other garden and I'll show you what I did with the straw bales. First off, I'm going to start and show you. That's a little grapevine. I bought a bare root grapevine and it has come up. Yay! So we're going to put along the end of this bed, we're going to put like a arbor kind of thing. Eventually this will be just a berry patch, I think. I haven't decided, but we'll see. So there's the raspberries, and they've got tons. They're just covered in berries. They're not ripe yet, but they're doing really good. And down here is a squash plant that the seed washed in, and that's a spaghetti squash, and it's right next to this tomato plant. And then another seed, cucumber seed there, and the cucumbers are doing really good. I got to pick those and do some pickles. But what I found, okay, I moved the tomato plants that were in here, didn't do anything. And so I thought, you know, I'm going to move them. What do I have to lose? So I cleared this all out. It had lettuces. I got this all cleared out and I put them in the ground. And what I found, and I'm going to bring you along for their progress, because one of them right here, this one, its rootstock broke off. But as you know, a tomato plant will grow new roots along its whole stalk. So I planted them pretty deep, and we're going to see if they thrive in the ground, because the other ones, look at this one. This was planted at the same time. What I found was, even though I'd water these bales every day, they need heavy, deep watering because they were not really damp in there. They were pretty dry. And so for it to continue to compost, it has to really stay pretty moist. I mean, I've watered now, but it smells like rich compost. It's nice and black in there, if you can see, but they were not thriving. They needed more water, I think. So that's what I did. Okay, raspberries. Look at them. Look at those. Nice. Okay, get to pick a couple every morning, it seems like. And then the butternut squash, they're going to meet here in the middle. The raspberries over here, and there's corn. The bare root that I planted this year, this one here, is going to have a couple little berries, and so is the next one. Okay, I'll show you my cabbage head. And look it's big. I mean, I could pick that baby. And this one next to it is big too. And I don't have the earwigs. Thank you. So, very happy about that. All right, guys. That's my garden update. I hope it inspires you to check out the links that I've left for you in the description box below. Come back and see me next time. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. And, as always, let me know what you think and if you're gardening this year and how it's doing. All right, guys.